explain tuple concept in Python programming. So we already discussed list data structure in Python. So tuple is also just like list only. The difference is list is a mutable and tuple is a immutable. That means we cannot change the values in the tuple. That is the main difference between list and tuple, and we can call it as a tuple is also, we can call it as a read-only version of list. Read-only version of list is called a tuple. So the tuple is represented using parenthesis. This is the symbol to represent a tuple in Python. So parenthesis is used to represent tuple in a Python, and same like insertion order is preserved. In which way you have inserted elements into a tuple, in the same way the order will be the same order, the elements will be stored. And the duplicates is also allowed. Duplicates is also allowed, and it also accepts heterogeneous objects. That means we can store different data types into a tuple data structure. And tuple is a static, it cannot grow and shrink, that is not possible, whereas list is a dynamic, and tuple is a immutable. That means we cannot change the elements in the tuple, whereas a list is a mutable, we can modify the values in the list elements. So that is the differences between, some of the differences between list and tuple. So that's why tuple is called read-only version of list data structure. So now, how to create a tuple in Python? Tuple is very simple to create, just like list only, just like a list only. For creating a tuple, generally we need to just put the different comma separated values within the parenthesis. That means here you see tuple variable we have to use here. Here we have to use tuple variable, and in the parenthesis we have to specify the set of values, value 1, comma, value 2, comma, value 3. That means each value must be separated by comma. So this is the syntax of creating a tuple in Python, where values can be any integer or float or string, any type of data we can store into a tuple. So creating a empty tuple. How to create a empty tuple in Python? So if you want to create empty tuple, you have to write simply, suppose I want to write t equal to brackets, simply you have to use brackets, parenthesis you have to use, t is a empty tuple. Suppose I want to create a single tone tuple, here you see, for example, I have written t1, t1 is a tuple, I want to represent equal to 10 I have written here. Then what is the data type of t1? Here, see here, t1 equal to 10, what is the data type of t1? Here the Python interpreter interprets that t1 is a integer, not a tuple, integer. Suppose I will type of t1, then you will get the value type, you will get int, type you will get integer only. But I don't want to create an integer, I want to create a tuple. Then you have to use like this. Then you have to use, suppose t2 equal to, I want to create a tuple, then you have to write 10 comma you have to use. You have to use like t2 equal 10 comma. Comma means, what is the meaning of comma? That means tuple is a list of values. List of values. That means 10 is one value, comma means I want to add some more. I want a set of values. Comma is nothing but it is a set of values, is nothing but a tuple. That's why we have to use comma. Then it will treat it as a tuple. Otherwise, it treated as a integer. Suppose if you write t1 equal 10, it will consider as integer. Suppose you have write t2 equal to 10 comma, suppose I will write type of t2, then you will get the output type tuple. Type is nothing but here tuple, you will get the output. So if the tuple having only one element, then it is called single tone tuple. If tuple consisting of only single value, then it is called a single tone tuple. Creating a tuple of integers. Suppose I want to create tuple of integers, then you have to write T3 equal to 10, 20, 30. Like this you have to create a tuple of integers. Creating a tuple of characters. You can also create, for example, T4 equal to, suppose V, I, T. So like this you can create a tuple with tuple of characters. Similarly, creating a tuple of strings. I want to create a tuple of strings. Then you have to write T5 is equal to, suppose, VIIT, VSKP. So like this you have to create a tuple of string. This is one string value, this is another string value. So it is a tuple of strings. And next one, creating a tuple of floating point values. For example, I want to create a tuple with floating point value T6 equal to 10.5, 65.6, 90.7. Like this you can create a floating point values as a tuple. And next one, creating a tuple of mixed values, because tuple accepts heterogeneous data types. That means we can store integer, float, string, any type of data can be used. That's why, for example, I want to create tuple of mixed values, then you have to use T7 equal to 10, VIIT, 90.7. Like this we can store the values into a tuple T7. One is integer, another one is string, and next one is floating point value. So like this we can store mixed values into a tuple. And last one is creating a tuple using tuple sequence function. So tuple is a function that will return a tuple. So the argument for a tuple function is a sequence. So for example, I want to create print tuple of, suppose VIIT I given, then you will get the output as V as first element, I as another element, T is another element. Like this you will get the output. So this is a tuple consisting of first element V, next element I, next element T. Like this it will create a tuple. It will take input as a sequence and it returns the tuple. So creating a tuple using tuple sequence. Not only string, here we can use any type of sequence can be used as an argument for tuple function. So these are the 8 different ways of creating a tuple in Python. And next one is a basic tuple operations. You already know length of, this must be a small case letter. So len of 1, 2, 3. So len is a function. What is the argument we are passing? Tuple with values 1, 2, 3. So it will find the length of the tuple. What is the length here? 3 is the result, you will get it here. For example, I want to concatenate 2 tuples. So tuple 1, 2, 3 is one tuple, 4, 5, 6 is another tuple. I want to combine these two, then you have to use plus operator. Plus is a concatenation symbol. We will combine 2 tuples into a single tuple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is a replication. Suppose I have taken the tuple VIIT string and into 3 means it will replicate 3 times. Similarly, 3 in 1, 2, 3. This is a tuple and 3 in 1, 2, 3. If 3 is exist in the tuple 1, 2, 3, it will return true value. If 3 is not exist in the tuple 1, 2, 3, it will return false value. See here, 3 is exist in the tuple, that's why it returns true value. And similarly, for I in 1, 2, 3, print x. So for x in, this is nothing but a tuple. The first element will be assigned to x. So x gets value 1. Print x means 1 will be printed and 2 will be assigned to x. And print x means 2 will be printed. Next 3 will be assigned to x. Print x means 3 will be printed. So we can print the values in the tuple by using for loop or a while loop. These are the basic operations of tuple data structure. And next one is a indexing. Slicing can also be used in tuple data structure. Indexing, slicing can also be used in data structure. We already know indexing can be done in two methods. One is forward index, another one is a backward index. Suppose I am using forward index. Index always starts with 0. So this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5 and this is 6. Suppose this is forward index. Suppose I am considering backward index, that means first value this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6 and -7. Suppose now L of 2 is a positive index here. 2 is nothing but 0, 1, 2, that means 10. So L of 2 means you will get the value 10. Suppose L of -2 means nothing but here -1 is the right to left is the first element is -1, next element is -2. What is the next element here? It is nothing but a tuple. So L of -2 means you will get the tuple 1, 2. And L of 1 colon and not specified the end value. This is starting value 1, end value is not specified. That means till end of the tuple it will be considered. 1 means always starts with 1. So 1 is nothing but VSP 10, 20 like this, it will print all the values. So VSP is a first element, next 10 like this, it will print all the elements in the tuple. So next L of 1, 4. So 1 starting value is 1, ending value is 4. Always it takes the value end means end -1. So that means 1, 2, 3 it will take the values. 1, 2, 3. 1 means VSP, 2 means 10, 3 means 20. So VSP 10, 20 you will get the output L of 1, 4. So this is nothing but, these two are nothing but indexing, these two are nothing but slicing. So indexing, slicing can also be used in tuple data structure. And next, what are the functions available in tuple data structure? Length, len. Len is used to find the number of items in the, how many elements present in the tuple can be identified by using length len function. Max is to return the maximum value in the tuple. Min is to return the minimum value in the tuple. And sorted is to print the tuple in a, so suppose you want to print the tuple in sorted order, then you have to use the sort function. So here you see, to sort the elements in the tuple and the output is list only. Output is list only. You will get the output list data because this function always returns the list as a output. List as a output. That's will get the list as a output. You will get it here. And sum is to find the sum of tuple elements. Suppose you want to find the sum, then you have to use the function sum. But what is the point you have to remember here? All the elements must be integers. Then only we can perform max, min, and sum. All these can be done. Otherwise, if the tuple consisting of different data types, and these functions will give an error. These functions will give a error. So these are the functions available. We'll see one by one example. And next, what are the methods available in tuple data structure? Because methods add item and remove items are not available in tuple. Why? Because tuple is a immutable. Tuple is a immutable. That means we cannot change the tuple elements. That's why insertion deletion is not possible. Only the following two methods are available. One is called count. Second one is called index. Count is how many times the object is exist in the tuple. If we want to find, because duplicates are allowed, same item can be exist multiple times. Suppose I want to know how many times a particular element is exist in the tuple, then you have to use the method called count. And also we can use another method called index. You can use the index, will return the index of the element in the tuple. What is the index value? If you want to know a particular element, that can be identified by using the index function. These are the two methods available in tuple data structure. Now we will see, for example, tuple T1. So a tuple T consisting of values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose I want to print length. Simply we have to use print len of t. What is the output you will get? 5 you will get the output. Length. So how many elements exist in the tuple? C is nothing but 5. Suppose I will write print max of t. Max of t, maximum element in the tuple t, that is nothing but 5. For example, print min of t. What is the minimum element available in the tuple? That is nothing but 1. Similarly, print sum of t. Sum of t. So what is the output you will get here? 15 you will get the output. Similarly, suppose same tuple you have taken. Suppose you have taken, for example, consider another tuple T1 consisting of 1, 2, 1, 4, 1. Now I want to find the count. So simply print T1 dot count. T1 dot count of 1. That means how many times the object 1 is exists in the tuple T1. How many times the tuple object 1 is exists in the tuple T1. So it exists how many times? 3 you will get the output. 3 you will get the output. For example, I want to print T1 dot index of 1. Suppose I have given T1 dot index of 1. So what is the index value of 1 here? 1 is exist how many times here? 3 times. Always it will consider the first existence. First existence is nothing but first index is 0. First index is 0. Similarly, suppose I want to print T1 dot index of 2. Index of 2. You will get the value. Index value is 1. Index value is 1. So these are the two methods available. One is count, another one is called index, and these are the functions available in tuple data structure. And similarly, another one is called sorted. For example, I have taken t equal to 5, 3, 2, 4, 1. Now I want to print the elements in sorted order. Simply you have to use print sorted of t. Sorted of t means you will get the output, you get the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will get the output. Okay. So this is a sort function. If you want to print, if you want to sort the elements, but actually suppose I will write after sorting, suppose I will write print t. What is the value you will get? 5, 3, 2, 4, 1 you will get the output. Actually sorted, just it will print the elements in sorted order, but the original tuple will be same as 5, 3, 2, 4, 1 only. It will not be sorted original tuple. We cannot change the elements in the tuple. Just you can print the elements in sorted order by using a sorted function. And next one is a tuple packing and unpacking. Tuple packing and unpacking. Separate variables can be grouped into a single tuple is called packing. For example, here you see A equal to 10, B equal to 20, C equal to 30. So these are the three variables. I want to combine three variables into a single tuple. I want to combine three variables into a single tuple, then it is called packing. Simply how to give t equal to A, B, C. Simply suppose I will print t means you will get the output 10, 20, 30 you will get the output. 10, 20, 30 you will get the output. That means combining all the three individual elements into a single tuple. Suppose here, suppose I have given D. For example, I have given T equal to A, B, C, D. Then you will get a error. You will get a error. Why you will get an error here? Because D is not available. Only A, B, C are available. available. If D is exist, then D can also be included here. If D is not available, simply you will get an error. You will get a error. And next one is unpacking. It is a reverse of packing. It is a reverse of packing. Tuple can be separated as individual elements by using unpacking. For example, T equal to 10, 20, 30. Here, suppose I am using capital T. Here also I had to use capital T. Here also I had to use capital T. So, T equal to 10, 20, 30. A comma B comma C equal to 30. A comma B comma C equal to 30. That means first element will be assigned to A. Second element will be assigned to B. Third element will be assigned to C. Here now I am printing ABC values. Here A equal to brackets, B equal to brackets, C equal to bracket, dot format of A comma B comma C. You can use this format option. That means A will be substituted here and B value will be substituted here and C value will be substituted here. So what is the output you will get? A equal to, what is the output you will get? A equal to 10 and B equal to 20 and C equal to 30. You will get the output. So tuple can be separated into a individual element. Tuple can be separated into individual element. This concept is called unpacking. Concept is called unpacking. Suppose I am using here A comma B comma C comma D equal to T. Then what will happen? You will get a error. You will get a error. Why? Because you will get an error. Because T is consisting of only 3 values. So here left side must be 3 variables must be exist. But here ABCD means it is having 4 variables, but tuple consisting of only 3 elements. So you have to use left side, you have to use only 3 variables. 3 variables, then only you won't get error. If you are using 4 variables, you will get a error. So this is the concept called packing and unpacking. And next one is called nested tuple. In a tuple data structure, we are using another tuple, then it is called a nested tuple. Suppose for example here you see toppers is a tuple I want to create, and in this tuple I am using another tuple 1, this is tuple 2, this is tuple 3. 3 tuples I am using in a outer tuple called toppers. Outer tuple called toppers. Toppers consisting of 3 tuples. One is inner tuple 1, inner tuple 2, inner tuple 3. So 3 tuples I am using in the outer tuple called toppers. Now I want to print the values. See here for I in toppers, that means outer tuple will act as here. So toppers means first element. What is the first element here? First inner tuple is a first element. First inner tuple is a first element that will be assigned to I. That means I equal to this value, whatever value here. Suppose you are having RO, BSc, 92.0. So this will be assigned to I. So first inner tuple will be assigned to I. Print time is that value will be printed. That value will be printed. That means RO BSc 92.0 will be printed. Again the control go back to next element. What is the next inner tuple is nothing but Chaitanya BCA 99.0. That will be assigned to I. Print time is second tuple will be printed. And next again it will go to here and next element will be assigned to I. What is the next element here? Dhanush BTech 97, that will be assigned to I, and print time is third inner tuple will be printed. So like this we can use a nested tuple in Python. And next one is a utility of tuples. So real world application tuples are extremely used to represent related structures. So what is a structure? Structure is nothing but collection of different data items. For example, you take student structure consisting of student number, name and address. So number is integer, name is a character or a string, and address is nothing but collection of floating point values. So like this, it is a collection of different data types can also be used in structure. So real-time records or structures can be represented by using tuple data structure. For example, tuple that stores information about student details. So like not only student details, tuple can store the information of student details, employee details, any type of record data can be stored into a tuple. And also built-in functions, some built-in functions also written tuple as a output. For example, here you see coefficient comma remainder equal to div mod of 100 comma 3, it will return two values will be stored in a tuple. So first value is coefficient, second value is remainder. So this is the another built-in function can also be written the tuple data type. And tuple can also be used in real-time example. For example, we are using in a WhatsApp and Facebook, whatever data you are typing and printing, that is read only. That is read only. So tuple is can also be used in WhatsApp and Facebook. In WhatsApp and Facebook we are using tuple data structure. That means read only data we are printing. Read only data we are printing using tuple only. Okay. And last topic is what is the difference between list and tuple. List and tuple. This is very, very important concept called differences between list and tuple. So list is a group of items, comma separated values represented in square brackets. Represented in a square brackets where brackets are mandatory. Where brackets are mandatory. When coming to the tuple is a group of values within a parenthesis where parenthesis is a optional. Parenthesis is a optional. You can also write, for example, you can also write t equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. This is also allowed in Python. So it will act as a tuple. It will act as a tuple. Without brackets also you can represent. We can also represent as a tuple data structure. So if you don't specify the parenthesis, also parenthesis is here optional. Parenthesis is here optional. If you want, you can specify. Otherwise, no need to use parenthesis. So that is the first difference between list and tuple. And next one is list is a mutable. List is a mutable. That means the elements in the list can be modified. For example, here same list we have taken here L equal 10, 20, 30, 40. L of 1 equal 200. L of 1 equal to 200. It is a valid statement in the list data structure. When coming to the tuple objects are immutable. Tuple objects are immutable. That means the elements in the tuple cannot be changed. For example, I written same tuple I have taken t of 1 equal 300. It is you will get a value error. You will get a value. We cannot update the tuple objects. We cannot update the tuple object because tuple objects are immutable. So this is the second difference between list and tuple. And next one is if the content is not fixed. The content is not fixed. Better to go for list data structure. Better to go for list data structure. The content is fixed. If the content is fixed, then better to go for tuple data structure. And next one is list object cannot be used as a keys in the dictionaries. We will see the next concept called dictionaries. The dictionaries will use a concept called keys. So list object cannot be used as a keys in the dictionaries, whereas tuple objects can be used as a keys in the dictionaries. This is allowed in the dictionaries. And lists support some of the built-in methods, append, insert, clear. All these operations are allowed in list data structure, whereas append, insert and clear methods are not allowed in tuple data structure because tuple is a immutable. Tuple objects are immutable. That's why all these operations are not allowed. And comprehension concept supported by list data structure. We will see the next concept. Last topic in this unit is called comprehension. Comprehension concept supported by list data structure, whereas comprehension concept is not supported by the tuple data structure. So these are some of the differences. Also we are having some more differences. List iteration is slow and time consuming because we can update every time we have to update the values. That's why iteration is slow and time consuming, whereas tuple iteration is faster than the list. Tuple iteration is faster than the list, and list consumes more memory and tuple consumes less memory because updation deletion will be done, so memory may increase, but here memory will not be increased. It is a less memory occupies. And list operations are more error prone. Why? Because every time we can modify, we can insert, we can delete, all these operations can be done. That's why it may causes error prone. But whereas tuple operations are always safe. And next one is list provides many built-in functions, whereas tuple have only less built-in functions, built-in methods. We already see we are in tuple we are having only 2 methods, whereas list having more than 10 methods can be used in list data structure. And list is useful for insertion and deletion operations, whereas tuple is used for only read-only operations like accessing the elements only. We cannot insert, we cannot delete. All these operations are not allowed tuple data structure. So these are some of the differences between list and tuple data structures.